Okay? Anybody can tell a story with facial expressions. Anybody can tell a story with body language. Okay? Anybody can tell a story with just their voice. But it is physically impossible to tell a story that is believable without body language and without facial expressions. Okay? An open call is where they just put it out there and it is open for anybody to come in. Anybody. As long as you fit what they're looking for, you're welcome to come in. That's called an open call. We call it something else from our side of the table. We call it a cattle call. You guys might have heard that. Cattle call. Because that's all you guys are when you're not hired. You're just cattle. I coach from the film and television perspective. So today, in this room, I don't want big and broad, you guys. I want less is more. I don't care if you're the star of a film or if you're an extra. Okay? I don't care if you're pulling cable or you're running the camera or you're calling the shots. It takes a team. I can ask this question, I'm going to get the response, because if you guys watch movies, very rarely do you watch a movie and all you see on camera is the person that's talking. Because they do a cutaway, which is called a reaction shot of what is being said and you reacting to it. Make sense? I mean, again, justification is everything. You guys will hear me talk about that all week. Justification is everything. Don't resist what you're good at. Fight what you're good at, Derek, because I coach from the weakness perspective, remember? Your strengths are here under comedy, dude. They're up here. You are, Jeff Daniels. You have that kind of comedic timing. But where we lack is the lessons more of showing us coming back, showing us coming back. So again, though this editor and the cameraman don't do anything for you as actors, because they're just crew, they made your character. It is. I'd rather see that 3 to 5 minute script be 4 to 6 minutes and add some of that human element, human qualities you guys are going to hear tomorrow. Like to see that in there instead of just trying to get the dialogue out. Because what happens with a lot of young performers, and I don't mean by age, I mean by performance time. The amount of work in which you guys have done, what you guys generally do is we race our dialogue. We go through it as quick as possible. Think about the perspective of you're on camera. The longer it takes you to say that line, as long as it makes sense, guess what? More time you're on camera. And that's what we want as actors. We want to be seen, right? You don't just want to be heard, you want to be seen. So if you're giving great dialogue and great reactions, guess what? More camera time.
Like, I'm on the stage and I'm going to
because I don't really think when I'm walking, so I'm not thinking about walking, so I have to. But it stayed consistent through the character. A lot of his dialogue was directed out. The choice of a character or if he's a stage boy is irrelevant because it worked. You guys laughed, which gave him the fuel for his fire. Right? He was the comic relief in basically in the story. And that's when you guys are allowed to. In here, when we're doing these, try new things. If it doesn't work, guess what? It didn't work. Where would you rather it not work? In an environment like this, or when it counts? They're walking into an audition, 50% of the time is going to be an improv. 50% of the time, they are going to throw something at you and say, okay, let's throw this script out the window, and I just want you guys to improv with me. The worst thing that's going to happen is more likely what was going to happen in the first place, you weren't going to get hired. So why go in there and just half backside it when you can do a full-on Monty? Go in there and leave what needs to be left in there. If you go in there and you give me 50%, guess what? I'm going to that kid that's going 100. Lay it out. What is going to give me the highest score in that room? Not overacting, being who you are, being the character, bringing something to the table. Right? So go in there with your solid choices. Your job is to worry about the character.